Alright. Alright. Diabetic cat is solved. And it's time for us to go do thingies. Wake me up before Ogomoro. Alright, let's speak to Wilred and see if this is also a duty. Because I don't want to be doing two duties at once. That would be silly. Commander Levalier sent word you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Amalja. But returning to the task at hand, the Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's Push. Such a force is most likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources here at the processing plant. The Garleans could be marching, they could begin marching on us at any time. Pray, speak with Lieutenant Edelstein, and we will coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Okay, well... What is this one called? Naval Extreme. Sorry, it's a really funny name. Alright. Alright, let's try doing this, just so we can fail. Sergeant Krolinsk, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Oh, wrong voice. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the flame stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. What troubles me, we are unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this. I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threats for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news of the latest movements of the Imperial Army, and once again ask for your aid. Yeah, let's do this. Lieutenant Edelstein wishes to share a report with you concerning the Garleans' movements. We'll be keeping a close eye on the Garlean garrison. It would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They would likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I'm just making sure I'm making sounds here. Hadn't checked this out. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I have appraised your fellow Scions of the situation, and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray, report to Lieutenant Elian, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. All right. You're not alone. You're also not alone. Glad to have you with us, Pieter. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridianum. Their main column assembles in the north near Dalmud's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbert. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out there to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye, 'twould best be avoiding staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scions will join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. Alright, you're with the Third then, Warrior of Light. Your job is to intercept these squads heading out to the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. Look. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yuyase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Oh, wait. Pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all those would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Alright, let's switch out our minion. Over here and put trouble. Let's do that. There's some hostility. Oh my. That is quite a hostile presence. I don't exactly call it an army, though. More of a distraction. Squad? That makes more sense. Ooh. Let's get a reef, huh? Where would I see a reef? And to destroy next Imperial squad. How are you? You seem grim, Scion. Take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans will be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly make us earn our pay. I would be a more happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitek horrors. It's time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Alain know that the west is now clear. I will appreciate it if you do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelston. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Thank you, love. Alright. An awkward place to be holed up there, Lieutenant Edelston. Sergeant Krolinsk, what news of the Garleans? Well, this guy doesn't have the other voice. The raiding parties are no more then. Excellent. The Almagina engineers are most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. Lieutenant Edelston appears concerned for Modbrinda's well-being. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alain has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogalian lady with a large axe. It would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. Alright. Alright. What's going on, Brenda? Tell me all about it.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
That sounds very unpleasant for her.
It's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting.
Quite.
Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether. Which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
Okay. Go.
He senses me. A useful talent.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan. Keeper of knowledge. Seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light.
I used to have it.
Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
Begin the Zodiac Age?
What did that bastard want with us?
I don't know, but he talks a lot.
Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious.
Quite.
But this staff... You say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff.
Okay. I was hearing weird sounds. Just wanted to check on you.
Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Was that where she is? Why is she there? York? Everyone here alive? You seem fine. It's probably nothing. You're here. Master Louis Soir's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Oh. That is not good.
You too.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
I have a late staff, though.
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
not harm her!
Dope. That's not good.
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow the staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
She's about to be kidnapped again. Ophelia is the Princess Peach of this world. Yeah, we need to save Moonbreeder.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
No, we need to save Moonbreeder. Oh, dude. Dude, what are you doing? You could always go after her. Chrysalis is now available. Go. Go, Chrysalis, go. You're having a full party. Oh dear. Yeah, she's not doing so hot. Alright, well, we can survive this. get him? Did we win? I think we won. Secret Asian man. Oh man, I should have done a commendation before I left. Oh well.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
But you're about to die, and we don't have anyone else that knows how to use the crystal thingy that we had.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Yeah, we're in an extreme disadvantage. We have to win every time, whereas he only has to win once.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
You need Aether. You need a sword. You don't have what you need to do this. You're just giving him this crystal? Is that what's happening right now?
What trickery is this? No. No! Cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly!
Before he breaks free.
Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
You don't know what
Damn
you're
it.
doing.
So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
Oh yeah, I kind of made a deal.
If only we had a bit more ether.
What do you have in your little staff there, man?
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis Soir, I understand now. The choice you made in death. There is life. Farewell, Urianger. You damned old coot.
She's going to sacrifice
Moonbreeder,
herself.
no! You mustn't!
How very Japanese.
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Not if we have a big enough gun. Well, there went our only crystal and the only person who knew how to use it. So we've defeated one of them. We have at least two more to deal with no way to do it.
She's gone.
Yeah. You were much more valuable than that guy was. You were much more valuable to us than that guy was to them. So thanks a lot, Moonbrita. You could have just used your little staff. I mean...
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead.
Yeah, one of them. There are at least two more. There are probably 100 more.
This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Like he held onto the staff for safekeeping. I really don't think that you're the person to watch over this stuff, Minfilia.
Minfilia, are you all right?
Yeah, she's fine. The person we needed to, like, beat the enemy is gone, though.
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
Yeah, well, you're not in time to save Moonbrita, so, like, we lose.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
Yeah, nobody's noticed Moonbrita's gone.
What happened here?
Thank you.
Where is Moonbreeder?
Thank you, Ishtola. Oh, the person we needed to win? Yeah, she's gone. She sacrificed herself. So now we lose.
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
I mean, you could say GG, because that's pretty much all there is to say at this point.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands. Does Urianger know?
No, and we're not going to tell him. You know what? No. We're going to let Minfilia tell him.
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
Oh, good. She does get to tell him. Hey, this person that was essential to our victory, she gave her life to protect me. I'm actually kind of worthless.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not?
Why are we acting like this one guy was so important? He was like a little underling for this group we're fighting. We sacrificed our queen to take their pawn. Good game,
across
guys.
The seas in the Charlean motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history.
See, his sacrifice made sense. Hers does not.
When he left Charlean behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
It's fine.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
In other words, in other news, we're all doomed.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians.
So, it was just a one-time burst, right? This is not we're all acting like it's a permanent fix.
Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
Right. That's the problem.
I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
So, do any of you people know how to work her machine that only she knew how to work? Anyone? It's kind of important.
Never have I seen Orianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief.
Although he made his own girlfriend do it, so, who am I to judge?
We shall gather in the Charlean Manor to celebrate Monbrida's life and mourn her passing.
Julia wishes to gather the signs and honor the fallen Monbrida.
As Monbrida was a native of Charlan, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the Scala. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found in the Rathafrost, and is sacred to Thaliac, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal.
I'm going to use the restroom. This is very frustrating. All right, well, let's go, I guess. Stone of the Scholar. Where we mourn the loss of our friend who also happened to be the only one who could have saved us.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker, or wiser...
Or useful
But I was
in any
not.
way.
And you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it.
So I guess Sid?
And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
I guess Sid is our only hope now.
Life for death, a fair exchange.
She say so, Miss Godstormer.
Other bargains will be struck.
Oh, good. Okay. So what are we doing? Naval Extreme? Is that what we're doing now? Alright, just a moment here. Oh. Oh, you're having a whole conversation over here.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm about to do an extreme version of the Naval. The Titan battle. Wow, that's an interesting image over there. Let's see.
Though we have said our farewells, the pull of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, in antecedent. 'Tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean on. Yet I also believe the grief we now feel is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do not agree, Pieter? Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we're to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many, Louisoix, Montbreda, our fellows of the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of my own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I'm like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Pieter. There's no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. Victory won, a comrade lost, honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, toward the light of a new day. Before the Fall, Part 1. Dude, this is just Part 1. How long is this?
What?
I just finished Part 1. I've almost gone as long as I went for the original game. I just finished Part 1. It's like, hey, use Alt-R to reply to Party Finder message. That's funny. I don't have an Alt-R on my controller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, it's okay.
And Phil has a request to make of you. Do you have a moment, Pieter? I believe Ida wished to have a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you'd lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Benbrida's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. I got all these guys high level. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Hey, it's Pieter. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just so hard, you know? The thing is, I know Mullen will tell me off if she saw me moping about like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for Moon Daisy with a Rowena a while ago. It's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a little bit difficult at the best of times, and well, this isn't one of them. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and Daisy at Ratherfrost. All right. All right, let's go get it. Full party in the extreme.
Titan displayed a most satisfying degree of destructive power. The intensifying effects of the ritual foci are undeniable. Powerful though the incarnation was, the primal's eventual defeat was not unexpected. The burgeoning strength shown as the bringer of light, however, has grown beyond reckoning. Such a demonstration of force serves us still, and invites even greater retaliation. Yes, as the light burns brighter, so too are the shadows steeped deeper in darkness. All right. That was extremely one-sided. All right. Maelstrom is Limsa. The Octans. The past is a story we never tell. Letters are the most eloquent in which they do not say. Letters are the most eloquent in what they do not say, and the tale between this wordless missive could fill many a parchment scroll.
My trusty comrade, I have an interesting delivery for you. A regular missive for an irregular addressee. A traveling merchant, Kupo. This Maolizan ranges alone throughout the realm. I used to take the letters to her mother, but I hear she's quite ill again. This time of year, Masolizan likely plies her trade in Sweetbloom Pier in the East Shroud. Best check there first, Kupo.
Lone survivor. In the land of war, the meanest lodgings never lack for tenants who sleep fitfully and wake screaming.
My trusty Peter, I have a delivery for you. Addressed at the Severed String over in Range Cutter Gully, Kupo. But I promise the Seed Seers no more secrets, Kupo. The letter was handed to me in the most curious way. Why, he seemed not to know of post-moogles, and was very furtive to boot. I introduced myself in a way that did credit to our kind, you can be sure. But when he asked me to deliver the letter in his stead, do you know what he said? Don't deliver it now, wait a few days. Have you heard the like before? I know how much you enjoy the strange and suspicious, so here you are, Kupo.
Deputy Post Moogle finds himself with a pressing demand for an amenable adventurer.
Peter, my local lackey, your timing is perfect, Kupo. Look what I just found, crumpled up in the bottom of Look what just popped into my post bag. It's an official epistle for those doughty defenders of Ul'dah, the brass blades. Needless to say, it must be delivered without delay. Do you recognize the seal? Any post-Moogle worth his salt knows what it signifies. An appeal for assistance. The blades are not wont to ask for help, mind you. What they want, they usually take by force. These petitions are only sent when their inquiries lead them outside their jurisdiction. This one is addressed to Kabuki, the master of the Thaumaturge's Guild. Those blades are nothing if not plucky, I must say. If I suspected a Thaumaturge of any manner of wrongdoing, I would stay well away. So hurry to Ul'dah, Kupo, and deliver the message before it's too late.
Mail from command.
Rumblings have ceased. It seems no matter how powerful the Lord of Crags becomes, you and your companions are up to the task. Oh, wrong voice here. Rumblings have ceased. It seems no matter how powerful the Lord of Crags becomes, you and your companions are up to the task. Yes? You found something of interest in the navel? It's a Crag ritual focus. Is this bone? And such a grotesque design. Honestly, I'll never understand a kobold's sense of aesthetics. You say you acquired a similar object after your battle with Garuda. Then we must consider the possibility these trinkets are responsible for the primal's appalling new strength. But I shall leave such conclusions to those much more learned in the subject than I. Pray, return to the waking sands and convey my greetings to Urianger. Lone Survivor time. And take a straight path. Hey, it's this guy. It's you. It's been a while. A letter? A letter from who? Nobody knows me. Here you are. Here's letter. My dear dashing dressed. Do you dream of rain? The ones you killed. How do they know? Ghosts. Ghosts that won't leave me in peace. Taunting me. Before they kill me. No, I won't let them. I'll run. I'll start over somewhere else. Help me. There's a leather sack hidden east of here, a peaceful spot, surrounded by rocks and trees. My savings, Gil, go to home to my family. Get it for me. Help me.
Where I'm actually trying to say that to my friend.
So there is a tell command.
Yeah, I write those. I would get one sentence to the other person, and then I'd accidentally coupon him free company.
Mm-hmm. somewhere around here there should be a leather sack. Oh, where is the leather sack? Oh, where could it be? Found it. Did you find it? Did you find the leather sack? Thankful. But let me look inside. Must be sure. What? No. Just a dream. Let me wake, quick. Oh, God's mercy. Have mercy. You see it too? No dream. A bloody helm. Black blood. Old blood. Item by me. By the majesty of Garlemald, never to desert. Item from me. Ghosts. 3 years, not a single night of peace, and now they rise. Help me. They're watching me right now. I have to get out of here. Go somewhere else, just a short while. Then I can go home. I'll go out the back after you go out the front. Meet me near the abandoned house in Lower Lanaska. You know, the Kobold Squat, the House of Sticks. Oh, give me a break. Oh, freaking fine. There is no fast travel to this one. Just fly there. You'll clean that helm tonight, worm. Lick the blood and brains off it while we drink the wine bought with our paltry hoard. Once a craven, always a craven. Flushed out of your little rabbit with that letter. Isn't that what the desert cronies do? Dash? You died. You all died. Not all. Just most. 3 good soldiers survived, and you. Figured you dead until I saw you skulking in by the water a week ago. Think we don't dream of rain, worm. What honor in surviving an ambush, huh? 3 years of disdain. That ends when we hand over the deserter to the cudgel men. You a friend of this scum? You gotta pick them more carefully. Let me help you, friend. Thank you. There's no one knows I'm alive now. I'm safe. I was in a unit of Garlean scouts, a maelstrom ambush in heavy rain 3 years ago. I thought I was the only survivor. I didn't feel like desertion. I felt like dying. You heard what they called me. Dashing dressed. I never tried to run before that night. They kill you for that. It's from before, in the desert. Why did you protect me? We're not kin. Look at me. I'm barely a man. I'm a broken, craven thing. You decided I should live. How did I do that? I can't even decide some days which foot to move first. You think I can be well again? Decide to live and not just be afraid to die? It all begins with the first step. True. I haven't thought things through in a long time. Not since my homeland fell to the Empire. Home or somewhere I can buy a fare to. It's not a sack of gil or answers I need, but questions. Why does it hurt? How do I feel? I'll come see my children again, but it's not the time yet. I think though it'll come. That's a start. Are you sending dirty messages to people? Stop sending dirty messages to people.
I kept clicking
With your
to the backspace, and I'm like...
with your successful delivery, reputations of the letter carrier has grown. That was an impressive mistake, I have to say.
Okay. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Another aspirant coming to seek knowledge of the ineffable. Sorry. Another aspirant come seeking knowledge of the ineffable. You're a fortunate child. Of the 5 masters of the guild, I led you to Thal, led you to the wisest. Pardon? You came here for another purpose entirely. A letter, you say. Here is a letter for you. It seems that the name of our bonekeeper, Prelate Yayake, has been mentioned in connection with the Brass Blade investigation. Former Guildmaster Momomeko stands accused of fomenting insurrection against the crown, and they fear Yayake may become embroiled in this vile plot. Moepo is convicted of embezzlement 5 years ago and sentenced to serve as the Colosseum as a Nuxius, a prisoner of the arena, made to fight until his debts are repaid. He toils there to this day. When his crimes first came to light, he was the Sultana herself who pressed for a heavy sentence to serve as an example for the consequences of corruption. That would give him reason enough to hold a grudge against the crown. And it is true, Prelate Yayake was his dearest disciple before his fall from grace. It's not beyond the realm of possibility he might attempt to involve her in his schemes. A swift, decisive investigation is called for. And I believe I know just the men to carry it out. Oh, do not fly in surprise. Why else would I go to the trouble of explaining the situation to you? Now, by way of a first step, I would have you speak with Prelate Yayake herself, probe her demeanor for any irregularities, and report back to me. How dare you speak to me like that? Get out of my sight before I give you reason to regret your presumption. Oh, my presumption? I only presume to be able to enroll in a guild without being turned away by a bloody receptionist of all people. Your guildmaster will hear of this. You mark my words. Welcome to Thaumaturge's Guild. Pray, pay no mind to any of that. It's a guild matter, not that an impertinent young fool has any place in this guild. I find I'm at quite a loss. I had to deal with this latest crop of initiates. Most are wholly oblivious to the dangers of thaumaturgy.
They imagine our art as a pastime and would blindly embark in a path to oblivion without a moment's hesitation. If only they knew. I was here long before the brothers who serve as guildmasters today. For nigh on 15 years have I stood at this desk, ushering unsuspecting novices into the abyss. I have seen too many souls corrupted by powers they did not understand and could not control. So I have to take a stand. Any inspiring initiate who I adjudge a lack of necessary aptitude, I turn away. If that goes beyond a prelate's prerogative, then so be it. Too often have I seen the spark of enthusiasm in a novice's eye turn into a conflagration that consumes him. I would not simply continue to stand by and do nothing. You may report my conduct to the guildmaster if you wish. I believe that what I have done is right and will take responsibility for my actions.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at myself.
Well, you shouldn't be sending unsolicited penis pics on me. It is for the Council of Guildmasters to decide whether or not my conduct goes against the dicta of my guild. Final judgment on the matter will fall to the eldest of my brothers, Master Kokobezi, I think. I see. Sir Pridley Yoyake has been turning away prospective initiates. I had wondered why the number of guild members had fallen so sharply. Now I know. Could this be the bitter fruit of Mameko's unseen labor? Might he be working through Yoyake to deprive the guild of new blood and thereby precipitate the eventual downfall? If so, it has been for naught. For while the quantity of recruits has undoubtedly fallen, the quality has soared. Each one is blessed with a natural aptitude for ethereal manipulation. Be this as it may, we cannot be sure of Yoyake's true motives. We must learn more of her recent behavior. Pray, speak with others around the ossuary, and glean what clues you can. Brother Yoyake, she's been in the guild longer than any of us, and yet she's still only a bone keeper, propping up the reception desk. I wonder why she refuses promotion so stubbornly. She was a loyal supporter of the previous guildmaster, you know, right up until he was thrown out in disgrace. I suppose her feelings toward my brothers and I must be complicated, to say the least. That may explain why she still can't seem to get our names right. I had always imagined it a simple lapse of memory, but now that I think about it, I can't help wondering if it might signify something. Could it be that in her heart of hearts she's yet to accept us as her guildmasters? Those up my mommy. Pray that Yoyake? She always has her head in a book. A habit she picked up from Master Momopeo, I believe. In the study of esoteric tomes, he was without equal. So skilled was he at extracting knowledge from the most cryptic texts that he was able to bring several long-forgotten magics back to life. Such achievements prompted many to look past his more questionable activities, Yoyake amongst them. Others, however, not so forgiving. The truth is, long before his fall from grace, there were more than a few in the guild who regarded him with suspicion. Not Yoyake, though. She always has been such an earnest, single-minded person, completely devoted to deepening her understanding of thaumaturgy. She saw only her master's genius. Yayaroko. So you wish to learn about Pretty Yoyake? There is but one thing to tell. She breaks her fast on thaumaturgical texts and steps on treaties. Mayhap literally. If the guild librarians are to be believed, according to them, she's taken several weighty volumes from the ossuary, and has thus far failed to return a single one. Just what could she be doing with them? I'm sure they were delicious. He's been thrown out, but she's been giving him the materials. I'm sure that's what it is. Didilata? Oh, goods. Oh, God, I'm good for the money, I swear. I'll just give a few more days. What? You want to know about the Pearly Yoyake? Oh, no. All right, yes. I've seen her a couple of times, heading through the doors over there, looking all shifty, stuck out like sore thumbs she did. That way back to the Coliseum scene. She don't look no farther.
Fighter. She doesn't look like that either. Takes you down to where they lock up the noxious fellers, I think. Maybe she's been paying one of them a visit? Yep. She's been giving him stuff. My little bird returns. Tell me, what information are you able to gather about our prelate? Very important information. I see. Seems Yake is more deeply enthralled to our predecessor than I first assumed. And the business of the missing tomes does not bode well. Momoepo is renowned for his almost preternatural ability to piece together scraps of arcane knowledge from the most moth-eaten manuscripts and bring long-lost sorceries back to life. If, as seems likely, Yake delivered the stolen tomes to him, he may be at this very moment endeavoring to reawaken some dread magic to which he exacts vengeance against the Sultanate. But without knowing which texts had been taken, he can only guess at his intentions. Hold on a moment. You did say the books have been removed from the Guild's private collection, did you not? That'll be praised. Let me yet be away. Here, Peter, take this. Full inventory of the Guild's archives, listing every manuscript that lines those walls. Simply compare the books on the shelves against the titles on the list, and our missing texts shall be revealed. Narrow gap. A copy of the Thrall of Kings appears to be missing. Copy of the Lesser Key of Thal appears to be missing. Copy of Thaumaturgy, Yawning Abyss appears to be missing. And a copy of The Cry of the Depths appears to be missing. Right. Is it done? Quickly then. Show me which titles are missing. These four. It's as I feared. All the missing volumes are works which held a special fascination with our former guildmaster. It's all but certain he's requested them. Alas, I cannot speak for their content. What I can say is that Moepo would not have chosen them on a whim. Being a connoisseur of ancient manuscripts, he knows what worth of every volume here. The illuminative worth, I should add, though he knows the pecuniary worth as well. As you may have heard, he became obsessed with collecting lavishly ornamented codices, frittering our funds away on gilded or bejeweled copies of works already in our possession. He would even buy works of little scholarly value, providing they were rare enough to drive up the price. But in the end, the walls of the study were awash with gold and gems, and he would stare at them for hours, wrapped in silent adoration. In his lust for luster, he entered first the guild's coffers, then his own, being driven to lust to the fibrous percolation that would prove his undoing. I mention this because the volumes of which Yake took were wholly without ornament, meaning the Momoepo desired them for their content, and not their form. I fear something terrible lurks in these pages, Pieter. Something which Moepo alone could be capable of discovering. There's nothing for it. The prelate must be made to talk. The end of Yake's shift draws near. I propose we lay a trap for her. Lay in wait outside the rear entrance to the Colosseum. I will stalk her in the shadows. And when we have her cornered, we close the net. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang out right here, use the restroom really quick, and we'll continue. Problem is, I went from coffee to chai tea like very, very quickly. Alright. Burb. Alright, let's see. Let's do this destination. Wait for her shift to end. Heading back to the guild so soon, Bridget. What? Master Kokobo? Kokobuki. Bridget Yayake, you stand accused of treason. The brass blades have passed certain information to me which suggests that you have been conspiring with Muepo to incite rebellion against the crown. I've been conducting an investigation to establish the veracity of their report. Peter here has been assisting me in my inquiries. Treason? No, I'll admit that I sought to meet with Master Muepo, but he has yet to agree to speak with me. Now, what are the manuscripts you took from the guild? You claim that you removed them not of your former master's behest, but upon your own initiative? I do. No, I know it was wrong. I thought if I could show him some of the texts he used to love so much, it might help him rekindle the passion he once felt for his studies. By the time I realized how low he had sunk through his lust for gold, it was too late. If I only had paid more attention. If I hadn't been so absorbed in my own studies, I owe it to him to help him in whatever way I can. His weight has been on your heart for a long time. I failed my master in his hour of need. I've been attempting to make amends for it ever since. I've neglected my own advancements and devoted myself to investigating what caused Master Muepo to stray from the path of enlightenment. In secret, I began to study the careers of every new initiate, hoping to identify such corruptible factors. In doing so, I feel I've gained an instinctive sense of which aspirants will bring honor to their noble art, and which stand at risk of being lost to the void. And so you begin to turn away those applicants who you deemed unsound, hoping to prevent future thaumaturges from following your former master down a path of self-destruction. That was my intent, yes. Yet search as I might, I've been unable to find any precedent for my supposed predictive instinct in the ancient texts. Mayhap I've been deceiving myself along with everyone else. The texts contain the cumulative knowledge of those who've gone before us. They do not preclude us from aiding our own. The map to the void is ever incomplete. It's our duty to delve into its unknown reaches and bring back new insight for the guidance of future generations. The ability to divine a man's nature at a glance would make a valuable addition to the thaumaturge's arsenal. It warrants investigation. Can I rely on you to research this matter further? Should you find evidence to support your claims, I will, of course, require you to systemize the process. This shall be your atonement, Yayake, a fresh opportunity to resume your studies. Though the mistakes of the past could not be undone, mayhap through this, the mistakes of the future can yet be prevented. Thanks to you, Master. If I can be of assistance to the guild, I'll devote myself to this research with all of my heart. Thank you, Peter, for helping bring the truth of this matter to light. Rest assured, I shall instruct the brass blades of their suspicions regarding Prelate Yayake are completely unfounded. But for now, let us return to the ossuary. It's past time the fruits of Prelate Yayake's labors are shared with the guild, not only for the benefit of thaumaturges today, but for thaumaturges yet to come. Lever up. Successful delivery. Reputation as the letter carrier has grown.
Invited him to a party with me. Because I meant to send him another towel.
Whoops.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do main scenario together, so.
Have fun.
Okay. It's a good one.
Hawthorne Hut time.
During the
conversation.
Keyboard failure. I kept clicking on things.
But now you can party, and that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to talk to the people in your party whenever you're in a party. What is it? Hail, adventurer. Some melting mushrooms for you today. Put you in the mind to play? Or honey still in the comb? Or still thoughts of home? Oh, a letter for me. Here you are, sir. Kill. Nothing but cold kill. Damn you, Urha. Lest you think me ungrateful, adventurer, keep in mind this is from my sister. My sister. She still thinks to me to send nary a word. Ur ran off after mother's second illness. She was ailing, and I was but a child. Yet Ur had left us to fend for ourselves, and so I thought then. And 2 moons later she began sending Gil, but never a word, not once. Mother ails no more. I was by her side. Ur's Gil brought her tea of silvertine, and mine a soft, clean bed, and a fine troop of mourning women. I'm alone now, and grown, no longer a bewildered child that waits in hope. I must find Urha. I know I cannot ask the whalers. Minfilla has sent you to me. She was last seen in the South Shroud. Go to those spots I've marked on the map. If you find her, give her this letter. Her name is Uralizin, or was at any rate. This color I wear is a match for her own. She still has it, I'm sure. We are keepers of the moon, are sentimental. All right. Spot the first. Hostile presence. Our hunting ground we do not share. Doing our turf. And where did this designated spot? Please, I have a fam. Die willing, little lad, sir. We recognize no laws, neither of men nor of elementals. What we want, we take. That is freedom. That is our way. Who goes there? Probably another whaler who wants to dance, my lady touch-me-not. Let him join his friend, the family man. Do not want to play, eh? Then you should have stayed in the barracks. Stop this, Ura. How do you know my name? I am yet with sister. Here is letter for you. The bloody whaler carried letter from my baby sister. Give it here. Don't give it any fresh ideas. Come on, give over the letter for more. It's really her. No other soul would know about. Oh, but I'll be missed if I stay any longer. Meet me at Earth's Gift. I've got things I need to say. There you are. Have to sneak around a bit, because that wasn't clear. In case that wasn't clear, the king's law says we've no family outside the forest. I guess it's almost true for me anyway, if Ma's gone. What do you think of a young girl had to do, huh? To feed a bedridden Ma and her sister barely out of swaddling clothes? Bad things, adventurer. Bad things for me and bad for them. I was beautiful. And then I was brutal. Like a beast. The whaler caught me at my trade, pink-cheeked little miss. All she saw was a thieving strumpet to drag before the hearers, so I took the roses from her cheeks, made them bloom in her fine green doublet. 'Twas worth it, for Ma never knew what I was. But I couldn't go home that day, nor never since. I hid in the forests, near starved. The city girl didn't know how to hunt. And then he found me, the king. I'd killed a wood whaler, and that was a ticket to the Kurquaw poachers, you see, and my beauty pleases his highness. A man is a man, in alleys or in glades, eh? Moa says she knows what I've done, that she loves me still and wants us to be a family again. But the Kurquaws allow no family outside the gang, and I'm wanted by the law. But to go home again... Oh, I've done right by Ma. But if I need to have no secrets from Moa, my heart's fit to break. Here, give her this letter if you're her friend. If you're her friend. Oh, goody. Food. Uh-huh.
I had to figure out how to do it.
Yep. Adventurer, did you find her? A letter? Oh, she sends word. Ura wants to see me. Oh, how long I've dreamed of this. Adventurer, is it true that she's one of the Kurquaws? Yes. I feared it was so. That man, the one who called himself King of the Kurquaws, King Poach, growing fat on stolen game, stolen family, the men of the Keepers of the Moon live a wanderer's life, for they are at their best in small doses. Women and children keep the hearth, ply various trades, and accept game and visits from the menfolk. The King Poach denies women his God's-given rule over matters of family. He forces women to live with him, forbids them to see their sisters, their mothers, their aunts. Most unnaturally, they live with him and him alone. He calls this abomination of a family the Kurquaws, and thumbs his nose at all the elementals' wills. He goes as poachers to slay a whaler and bid them by the gang. So terrible are their crimes that all Keepers of the Moon feel the suspicion, and fear cast their way. I've known for some time that Mother and I lived of ill-gotten gil, but Mother is gone, and I've no need for coin earned in blood and malice. What I do need is my sister, the only family left to me. It's my turn to save my sister now. She says she'll meet me in the upper paths. Come with me. Help me persuade her to leave the Kurquaws. This'll go great. Was it really you? Oh, have you grown? You look just like Ma. I'm so sorry you had to go through that alone. You could have come home to us, Ra. Ma would have understood. Everything you did for us. I know it.
Doesn't matter what happened. We have each other. I couldn't have Mano. I became a thief and a killer just so I didn't have to be that. What a world, huh? But it's all right now. Yes, it is, Ra. I can take care of you now. Oh, I've got no debts thanks to you. And even that little put-by. We'll travel together. Go where no one knows the past. All you have to do is come with me. Right now. That's all. Be free of the past and live again. I'll take care of everything else. Hush. The adventurer will be watched. Thicket over there. The curl clouds don't divide. Curl clouds don't forgive divided loyalties. Moi, I've got to get you out of here. Adventurer, they don't leave this clearing. You understand me? We'll make for Eastern Thanalan. Come, find us after. Come out, whatever you are.
Clobber, get him.
Adventurer, what now? Stopped him cold, huh? But now here we are. I'm trusting you to take care of my sister.
You there. I name you as one of the Curl Claws. Bassam Rose, also known as Blood Rose, also known as Thornless, also known as Lady Touch-Me-Not.
No, I'm not those things, I swear it. I just wanted to see my sister. I just need to go home.
Just like a keeper. Come quietly, this will go worse for you. We've gentlemen here, compared to some of the lads you could have met. Pretty thing like you, I could... Oh, you're one of the King's Claws, all right. What's the matter? Better hanged than...
I'm killed. No. Your Highness.
Would scum thought you'd have my woman. Defile my thornless rose. Her place is with me and none other. Come, my love.
My sweet king, does this mean you'll take me back? You'll keep me safe? Oh, I couldn't stand it again. I can't. Please, I can't.
Of course I'll take you back, Urha. Nobody will ever misuse you again. If you accept my protection. You are a flower, and flowers must be rooted in one place. Come.
No, Rua. Look what he's taken. You don't even have a name anymore. Not your own, and not one Ma gave us. Come home, Orlizon. Come home to me.
Careful, adventurer. Little sister here has a pert face. I could cut it off before you say God's have mercy.
Baby sister, you see how it is. If I went with you, I'd blight your life, sure as 7 hells. I've done bad things. For so long. I've got nothing good to give. You are good, Ra. Loving and brave to keep sneaking us the money when... Oh, I didn't know you had more than whalers to fear. Please, there must be a way. My place is with him, Moa. He's the only one who can keep me safe from worse things. Going home. It was just a dream. As long as I'm with the king, nobody will ever touch me again.
You see? She has the right of it, young one. We're free spirits here. Not that if you'd understand. Go back to your lodgers and ledgers and duties.
You have my leave. Adventurer, you'll guide her out of these parts. You know what? You're the only good thing I've ever had a hand in. Just remember that. Goodbye, baby sister. Ura! Ura! Oh, Memphina be good. Does she think he loves her? How can she? No, I cannot judge her. That look in her eyes when the whaler mocked her. All those women in the Curl-Claw gang. King's harem. Do they all seek shelter from worse things? A roof of bones, with walls of blood. Ma used to say we can't see the moon when the sun is in the sky. It might be with King Poach, I think. If he were taken, Ur would see that there are better lives. Other lives. I must believe that if I'm to save my sister, all I need is skill in arms. Whaler or poacher, I'll not stand helpless again while a man talks of how I shall suffer for his pleasure. Keep killing poachers, adventurer. I will put the king of the Curl-Claws in chains and free Ura from hers. I swear it on my mother's grave and on my sister's broken heart, and ask the elementals to bless this pledge. I'll accept the coffee. Quest complete. Lever up. You attain letter carrier 18. Okay. Wake me up before I go, Moyle. I believe I'm out of the quick travels to that area. The Lord of the Crags, who also possessed an unprecedented vigor, and thou hast returned with yet another curiosity of bone. The kobolds are not known for fashioning objects in this matter. What is more, its construction doth bear a striking similarity to that of the trophy recovered by thee from Garuda's lair, the fleshless remains of beastmen worshippers. That is the material common in both these foreboding ritual tools. What unsavory sorcery have the paragons bequeathed to their unsuspecting pawns? There's yet another commonality of this augmentation of the primals that concerns me, and that is thee, Piotr Krolinsk. For every mountain thou shalt conquer, I am struck by the answering waxing and potency of the primals. The pattern is too clear to ignore. Such a cycle bodes naught but ill for the realm. I must unlock the true nature of these immortal entities, and the land is once more wrecked with ruin. And as always, thou art my stoutest ally in the gathering of requisite keys. Ifrit ain't broke. We need to seek to prepare for the coming of the Lord of the Inferno. We are fortunate the Lord of the Inferno hath yet to rear his horned head. I fear, however, that reports of his return will not be long in the coming. My quest for knowledge yet remains unfinished, but such a task can only be properly undertaken in a world unracked by chaos. Let us bow to inevitability,
and prepare ourselves for what will undoubtedly turn to another blistering trial. Pray visit High Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah. Advise him that the fiery primal will likely soon be amongst us once more. Mayhap with the measure of foresight, we can lessen the impact of Ifrit's arrival. Let's get out of here, then we can fast travel. The Steps of Nald. Check this over here, see if I have enough for this last one. We're down to rings at this point. Okay. Piet of the Scions, your timing is most fortunate. Allow me to brief you on the situation. Both the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder informed us of their recent troubles with disturbingly powerful primals. And as these incidents ever occur in threes, we immediately sought to gather intelligence on Amalja activity. We lost contact with the first reconnaissance party assigned to the task. I then deployed one of our elite units to learn of the fate of the missing scouts, but they also have failed to report back. In their most recent missive, my elite troops declared their intention to investigate the Bowl of Embers, though they may have been overwhelmed by the lizard men. We must consider the possibility the Lord of Inferno has reclaimed his domain. It is with some measure of wounded pride, then, that I must request your aid. Assemble a group of the companions and strike into the heart of the Amalja territory in southern Thanalan. If Ifrit has indeed returned, you are to banish him back to the Aether by whatever means is necessary. You will likely have to renew your bond with the Zaharke Aetheret and enter the Bowl of Embers. The lizardmen have undoubtedly realigned their crystals since you last felled their god, but undoubtedly that means cutting your way through an ungodly number of their centuries to reach it. The Grand Company of the Immortal Flames is no stranger to sacrifice when it comes to battling the primals, but the struggle costs far too many lives and often creates a host of new tempered enemies. You and your unique talents, however, can spare the families of our soldiers that grief. I will pass on news of your involvement in this mission to the Scions and myself. Should our primal fears prove unsubstantiated, then I pray your efforts meet with success. Now, while we're here, let's look at the mission for these guys. Blitzing the beacons. Let's see, what voice did I have for the Amalja? Just a moment.
Ah, yes. Be they 10,000 strong, the mewling whelps of Zarak could not stand before us without the invigorating strength of their deity's flames. They carefully capture the Lord of the Inferno's searing exhalations and harness them for their unholy rites. The god-touched fires are then ensconced within towering altars, which radiate Ifrit's blessings all within reach. His flaming beacons must be destroyed.
The Brotherhood of Ash will take from our vile kin every symbol of their undeserved strength. I entrust this task to you, honored ally, but be forewarned. The Sentinels who guard these beacons stand closest to the source of their power, and will prove to be most fierce adversaries. Instinct? Tell me, honored ally, have you seen the ominous beacons the Zealots of Zamorak light across the land? These unnatural flames are talismans of foul sorcery that amplify the blessings of the Lord of the Inferno. These symbols of servitude, of groveling weakness, cannot be allowed to taint the sacred domain of Zamorak a moment longer. If you truly wish to stand with us against our honorless kin, then I would ask your aid in extinguishing the beacons. Take with you this ash. It's been ritually prepared to further smother the noxious fires of our foe. Be warned, however, that the beacons will not be unguarded. Our weakling brethren will be loath to suffer even the sliver of our undeserved might. Honored ally, the Brotherhood of Ash has toiled to create a new weapon to use against our enemies. Bone ash imbued with spiritual energy by the sacred chant of our mystics. It is our hope that the purifying properties of the ash will serve to cleanse the tempered of Ifrit's malign influence. This remedy has, however, yet been tested. It is with bitter fortune, then, that we learned of a raid to the south. It seems that a hunting party from Forgotten Springs was ambushed by a superior force and dragged before the Lord of the Inferno for tempering. I ask you locate these unfortunate Makot and sprinkle upon each a pinch of the ash. Be sure to pacify the rangers sufficiently first, otherwise our unwilling subjects will simply shake off the ash before it has time to take effect. All right. I'm friendly with the Ixal, neutral with everyone else. Working on it, though. Can't put... Okay.
That burns, precious.
Okay, so I have to actually get them all the way down before I can use that. Good to know.
One more beacon somewhere.
tempering ground. More sacred ash to detemper them. Ah, it burns, precious. More sacred ash should solve it. There's versatility begins. Down. The other flaming beacon? It is the other flaming beacon. There's someone leaning against it. I wonder if they'll object to us destroying it. Yeah. Not exactly surprised by this. Is it different? Okay. So we need to extinguish 2 more beacons. Another beacon needs extinguishing. That's it right there. Turn these in. You know what? Let's defeat the Lord of the Inferno. Then turn this stuff in. I don't think we'll immediately go to Lord of Inferno. But either way, I mean, we can turn those in whenever. Reattuning. We now have Bowl of Embers Extreme. Alright. Well, let's try to do that. Wrong button. Yep, they're fun.
A worthy display of courage, honored ally. May our enemies know that even their precious beacons are not safe from our wrath. But lust for power is not so easily dampened. Until our war is won, I fear we may need to break these infernal altars again and again. The land itself breathes easier in the absence of those foul flames. You continue to show yourself a worthy ally in the Brotherhood. Our despicable kin, however, will not long countenance the loss of their magnified blessings. All too soon, new beacons will be lit, and we'll be glad of your aid once more. So it seems the sacred flesh failed to have the desired effect. Our mystics will be most disappointed. But the Brotherhood of Ash does not buckle at the slightest sign of hardship. You shall learn of this failure, and redouble our efforts to concoct a cure. You may yet be the first to reclaim the tempered mind from the abyss of madness.
All right. Let's go buy some flowers. That music's so epic. You know what? Let's check. Profile. Yeah. The white is about right. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. What can I do for you, adventurer? Eldritch trinkets to trade? If would be. They're making you run errands now. Them scions really do know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior Eorzea to the bleeding market? Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously, though, you best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the Chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? Moon Daisy, was it? Here, then, take it. And tell that Ida lass, I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that daddy old mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. I'm okay. Give me that money. More triple cream coffee. 1,200 sounds about right. Much better than the 10,000. All right. Get your report. All right, this serves there. More exploration. Excellent decision, sir. Adventures are my specialty. I will be done. And then Happy Oaf.
So you'll get from me, I hope it satisfies you.
You asked for, yes?
Take it.
Robe. Brand new hand gloves. Brand new waist strap. Brand new thigh boots. More exploration.
Perform your menial task.
Yes, more Welland berries. Oh, dang it. And, yes. 125 seems much more reasonable than the millions that it was offering.
Next time you have a more meaningful task for me.
Okay. We got everything? Yes, we do. Past the 9-minute mark. Full numbers extreme. Looks like I'm gonna have to do another nuking. That's fine. Let's turn in this. Ooh. No, they wanted me to set the flowers down over there. I can do that.
you, Rita?
Oh, Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And then when I tell her it's just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. Well, what I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it.
Here is Moon Daisy for you.
Remember to love these things, you know? Hope that somehow, somewhere, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
About time to go lose.
Is that what I think it is?
It's an army of dragons. Unless you thought it was something else.
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Yes, we need to go to Rising Stones.
Deliver Moon Daisy to Ida at Ratherfrost. The Rising Stones, yes. To the solar, yes. Oh, Callisto logged out. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Mumbrida's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Corthus has soon arrived, and we will hasten to hear her report. Athenor awaits the arrival of Ishgardian envoy. Envoy? The envoy is here. Thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I'd forgo the usual pleasantries, if I may. Well, certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians? Aye. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Amric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced to retreat, our victory, if such may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. I will not withstand a second wave, should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcement you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain that we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde.
Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Corthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our cause to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the Grand Companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need not say more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well, I shall send envoys to each of our allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does receive favorable answers, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authority in this matter, that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you regarding your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgårdsummer and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe.
Well, it's easy. You simply must have blessing of God that the dragon could strip away.
Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the road leads us to both. It would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Beata.
Quest accepted.
You look like you have a shiver.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
How heretical. Alright, well, I'm going to try Bowl of Embers Extreme in Party Finder. We're clearly not making any headway here. No, you know what? We are going to wait until we have a battle that we have to do. That will end it. And then we will do Party Finder for Bowl of Embers Extreme. For Camp Dragonhead.
It seems I was the swifter, Pieter. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the Gates of Judgment. If the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Lord Bowman. The Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. It's our first line of defense. It can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrows freeze within my bones. Septic Dragoon. Heretic son? Heretic scum, how dare they meddle in our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret overmuch. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. It would seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Science, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. You have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. Let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. Hi. Kitty demands love. Give me them wubs. Lady Iceheart had grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do our bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Rochefort will know how Sir Emmerich means to receive us. Sir Purrs-a-Lot, you're just a little too into this. I'm playing a game right now, bud. It is reassuring indeed to hold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters on the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived, and would treat with you in the intercessory. Hi. Yes. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Go. I thank you for coming in such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, but we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphinaud, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded.
Before we move on to the subject of reinforcement, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, XIV. Who is this? May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors, all. Yet even amongst such masters of the lance, XIV is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of the Dragoon. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer of whom they spoke? I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well now we have been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you that we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Our Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero Halbreth, the beast is said to have terrorized Corythus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Hildrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secretly deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. I'm telling you all of this so that your spy can make a very good plan. But through stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravonian horde whom the entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And thus it is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber, only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as it seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at our gates. You believe Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Although we know the heretics covet the eye, we've been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You've described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Corthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garleans' arrival, that is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Corthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province, sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Ahem. Very well. We shall assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Amaric. Through the power of the Eye, I've become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you. But the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Drafanian's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. If the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in a common cause. Sir Amaric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I'd anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? The Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders. I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude toward foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. If we are to aid the Ishgardian in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Antecedent. All right. The Rising Stones. Do the Rising Stones gather any moss, I wonder? Here's the report in case you want to sacrifice other friends. Maybe, Alfinot? Maybe me?
Alfino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Good news and bad
Pray
news.
summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphinaud is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Quite.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war.
Picking a side.
But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Bon.
For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
I bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgardian's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Orphanal. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would ask also that you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Corthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray, brief Stealthborn and brewing conflict, and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over the walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Oh, before you leave, might I suggest you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter.
Quest accepted.
What? I must talk with you.
We are rather close to Corthus, aren't we? We best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for that eventuality. Let's go, Peter. I have 101 things to discuss with Stealthborn.
About an hour left this morning before I break for lunch. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Corthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I'll not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is, of course, free to do as he or she will. I'll have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf. And you might try your luck here at Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms.
Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse.
What will you help us with this battle?
Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Alamigo by the name of Winfred was there with the Fourth that day. I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you?
No.
God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him, and it's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. That ain't all. By the time Wilrid stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from Revolt and Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect that lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it ain't no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The one thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and steady pay. Now, compared to what most others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've slumbered on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Anyhow, we got a war to wage. So I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Peter. If you don't die first. Is the head of the Grand Company also a traitor? An adventurous frontier hand. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, huh? I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege. These nobles are surely be generous with their rewards. But I've pledged myself to guard Revenant's Toll. Modest work through it is. I'm loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do. We've done the best we can so far. Angry adventurer. Only time I've service in the defense of Ishgard. I think not. Dragons carried the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I'd sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled beneath an icy wall. There you are. austere adventurer. Some me blade to the Ishgardians? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot. But I'd slay a fair share of them if the coin was good. I worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse.
There you are, Peter. Did you sway any hearts?
Well, maybe two.
One or two, huh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Stafford's friends. You won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Oh, I've been so caught up in recruiting I almost forgot. You've got word from Alphino. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Eldad to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Eldad, or you'll be late. Alphino said he'd meet with you at the Royal Promenade.
To Eldad. Actually, before I do this, I'll check and see if I've got enough for that second ring. Not quite, I need about 15 left. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I'd hoped to proceed with the negotiations one leader at a time. It seems my urgent request for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? And that is why, if we don't stop this, we risk invasion by the Empire.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Ul'dah has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but 2 of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Teleji Adeleji and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you've been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. I fear we are left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Harshaphon and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzean's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun. Oh, we have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will serve House Duradine at the Still Vigil. May the cannons alongside the knights, and then the Ravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Pieter, I'll have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Mason at the Gates of Judgment, and he'll direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. I have a feeling Uldar won't be here when we come back. What's up, Marceline? You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent, and welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I have assigned the Central Braves, the Crystal Braves, and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join me. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of our position. The Temple Knights will remain at the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. Then the Horde when the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once the advanced skirmishers are slain. Okay. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, let us continue. Gotta go around this mountain. Buddy's one is almost complete. Hooray! Can we go around this way this time? I believe we can. Excellent. We cannot, however, enter that direction. It is foreboding. Well, bless your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Then Mercedes wishes to prepare you for the siege of Ishgard. Ere you committed yourself to the siege, you should know what it is that you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds, this bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Donipin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, this thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus our dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of the faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I hope that includes us as well, yes? The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We could not well stand idly by while the Horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed,
To do otherwise would go against all that Master Louis Suarez taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance, I think it prudent we divide into two groups. Ida and I will join the rear guard.
Right. If the dragon should reach us, we'll be sure to give him what for.
Thank you, all of you. Pray, speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the Horde. Bon. 30 minutes before I break for lunch. Just all ready then? Good. Come, let us make for the battlefield. Well, that's easy enough. Proceed. All items staff are arrested. We claim victory this day, or Ishgard falls. Accept the fury into your heart and defend this bridge with your life's blood. That's the holy see of Ishgard. Destroy the world. Rear guard ready to cannon. Really done into the world. Hope you feel past that armor dragon. And then it took tides to the billows over us. With a powerful attack. As we are done for the count. Everyone fall back. Fall back now. This is a scheduled loss, it appears. Fall back and avoid the assault. Fall back or return to Ash.
To me!
Do not let it reach the barrier. Hold your ground. Remember what it is that we fight for.
because the first ward has been breached. Fall back and regroup. The battle is not yet lost. You'll see the things here, Peter. Fall back and help the others guard the ward. I can't count. Hordes come from. Now the battle begins in earnest. Let's defeat the champion at all costs. The second ward of Duncan's color. The second ward has fallen. Fall back, there's nothing left to be done here. Regroup with the rear guard. You didn't have matters well in hand, Peter. You must go and see the final ward. Against the arms give you an immunity quarter. Go down. Should this barrier fall, it will be a wash in flame. Not without weakness. Keep it up. Warders weakened. Hurry, we must end this now. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not DPS. Darn this infernal heat. Just don't have the DPS chops. Begins to waver. Fall much today. Got him. Level is no longer set. The dragons. They are withdrawing. Victory is ours. Well, we've lost our battle. Almost certainly. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. What of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Maybe you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. All right. So I am going to stop for lunch right here because it's a really good stopping point. And I'll pick this back up again in about an hour. See you then.